Hi, welcome to the Tasha Regine Chronicles. I'm Tasha. Today's date is January 24th, 2018. Well, I had dialysis yesterday, and I was a little bit frustrated, but I was quiet. I didn't say much. So I have dialysis on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So my weekend is basically Sundays and Mondays. And a lot of times, if you're a dialysis patient, you already understand the weekends are when things can get a little bit tricky with the fluid intake. And sometimes I'm a little bit over, but not nothing, crazy. The recommended amount of kilos that a person should gain over the weekend are 2 kilos. So when I went to dialysis yesterday, the tech was like, this is really bad. You need to get it together. You gained over 5 kilos over the weekend. And I'm like, I didn't say nothing because I already knew that it wasn't so. I just knew. I'm like, because I know I might, be over a little bit, like 3 kilos or 2.7 kilos or something, but not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kilos of fluid. First of all, I'm an itty bitty thing. I weigh about 133 pounds. I'm very small. So if I'm gaining all this fluid, first of all, it will show on my face, my arms, my hands, and I would not be able to breathe. But I understand their concern. So I just, went through my treatment. The tech came back, this is not good. It can get up in your lungs. I understand what can happen. I know what can happen. I don't want it to ever happen again. So I just was quiet and everything. I didn't say nothing. So when I was about to weigh out, my husband pushes me onto the scale because I get weighed in my wheelchair. I use a wheelchair. So they minus the weight of the wheelchair and what I got taken off. So then, lo and behold, my husband's like, oh, baby, this is why they said you gained 5 kilos. My book bag was on my wheelchair. So when I got weighed in, the weight of my book bag was included into the kilos that I gained over the weekend. So they took the book bag off, they weighed the book bag, and the book bag itself was 3.4 kilos. So I only gained maybe about 2.3 kilos over the weekend. And I already knew because I'm like, I don't even gain that much fluid over the weekend. I don't even drink that much. I mean, sometimes I want to, but I already know better. And my husband, he doesn't let me go crazy with the fluid. So I already knew that my fluid was not 5.5 or 5.6 like they said. I gained. I'm like, oh. But anyway, I got that off my chest. If you're watching this video for the first time, I'm a dialysis patient, and I've been on dialysis. I said about 18 months, but it's a little bit less than 18 months I've been on dialysis. But I've been on there over a year, and I'm learning a lot about dialysis. I'm grateful to be on dialysis. But of course, it can be very, very bittersweet at times, and it can be very, very depressing. Other people might look at it, well, it's only a few hours out of the week, you have to do it, and blah, 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 blah. I understand that, but you also have in the back of your mind, if I don't go to dialysis, I can die. That's basically the point, and I need a transplant. And a lot of people have asked me about kidney transplant and pancreas transplant because I'm a diabetic, and I think about it. I want to do it, but then at the same time I'm like, well, I don't know, because I don't want to get a transplant and then I'm worrying about my kidney not working. And some people say, well, don't think like that, be positive. I get it. I understand we have to think positive, we have to be positive and not think the worst, but this is something that concerns me, because people get transplants and 6 months to a year later, they're right back on dialysis or even worse. So that's something that I ponder. My husband, he wants to give me a kidney, but I'm like, baby, don't even worry about it. It's sweet. We have the same blood type, but it's more than just having a matching blood type. You have to have certain antigens and things like that. I have to be physically able to even get the transplant. So I have to go through a battery of tests and see if I even qualify to get a kidney transplant. So it's not like, oh, whoop-de-doo, I'm on dialysis. I'll, just get somebody with the same blood type, antigens, and I just go get a kidney. It's not that easy. So it's just a lot that I think about. People tell me, you're young, and I am. I'm not 16, but I'm not 50 either. Okay, I'm 36. That's how old I really am. I'm 36 years old. So people like, you're 36 years old. You have a son, you have a husband. Go for it. And I want to, but I just got to really pray about it. Like, there are videos where, of testimonies where people have actually gotten better and gotten off of dialysis by certain diets and things like that. And I'm taking, everything into consideration. Of course, you have to use wisdom in every decision that you make, whether it's a transplant or you try to heal your kidneys on your own or whatever, avenue that you take. But being on dialysis is no joke. And I don't know many people that are on dialysis. My mom, though, she was on dialysis for about 1.5 years before she passed away. So that's somebody that was close to me that was on dialysis. And now I'm on dialysis. And there are times where I cry while I'm on the machine. I don't wail and boo-hoo, but sometimes I think about it. I think about everything that I've been through. I'm grateful to be alive, but to go from one stage in my life to this stage in my life is very, it could be very difficult sometimes. To being a working mom, going to school, trying to change my life, trying to get on a better career path and do better in my life, and then all of these all of these things happen to my body, and now I can't work anymore. I can't do this anymore. There's a lot. I focus on what I can do, but there's a lot that I can't do, and I have to be realistic about it. But I do the best that I can, and that's all we can do, whether you're on dialysis or not, whether if you have a health issue or not. Only thing I can tell you, if you don't have any health problems, just take care of yourself. If you have diabetes, take care of yourself so you can avoid or prolong getting the complications.